All right, everybody, YouTube land, how's everybody doing out there? This is so exciting. It's great you could be here. Got some great news here. Further developments on the Creddy Pool mystery. My good friend Todd Kerns, you may have seen the interview I did with him a week or two ago. So when we spoke in the interview, he said that he was going to send me a picture that an ex-girlfriend of his had, or he thought that she had. We didn't really know for sure that she had it. It sounded like she did. So it turns out that the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend, she had the photo. She sent it to Todd, and Todd sent it to me. So we are going to get right into that. And I'm going to show you the photograph. We're going to talk about it. But first of all, I want to thank all you people in YouTube land for tuning in and following along with the adventures and trying to get to the bottom of who is Creddy Pool, the greatest Seattle grunge band you've never heard of. So without further ado, I'm just going to go on my computer here and open this up. And this is from Todd. Todd sent me the email that says Zabo. It's my nickname. So cool to chat, my brother. Thanks for having me on your episode. Here is the Punchy photo. Check out the B-side. Rosie will fill you in on the history, and there's a phone number here. So there seems to be an address on the back of the photograph. It's like an old, black and white. I'm not even sure what year it was from. It shows Punchy playing an SG guitar. And there's a phone number and some address in Seattle. So it's amazing, really, because I'm looking at it right now, and it really looks like Chris Cornell. Like, if I didn't know any better, you'll see the photo anyway. I'm sure you're going to think the same thing. He's wearing a wife beater. It's kind of crazy. Maybe we should give Rosie a call and just, see what Rosie's got to say. Maybe she can fill us in on the full story. So let's dial up right now. Rosie, coming in hot. All right. Are you home, Rosie? That's the question. Oh, here we go.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, is this Rosie?
Yes, it is.
Rosie. This is Mike calling. I got your number through Todd Kerns. Do you know Todd Kerns?
I do. Wow, that goes back. Wow, long ways. And Mike. You know what? I remember talking to Todd not too long ago, and he mentioned somebody named Mike might be calling me.
Well, there you go. I am the mystery Mike.
There you go. How can I help you?
Well, I interviewed Todd for my YouTube channel a couple weeks back, I think. And, we were talking about this band out of Seattle called Creddy Pool. A grunge band, basically, that sort of fell off the radar. And I've been trying to investigate and figure out whatever happened to this band, because they just sort of disappeared. And, when I did my interview with Todd, he had mentioned to me that he was familiar with the band. He had heard of them. And he said that he thought that you had taken a picture of him at the Roxy in LA. And he was going to try to hunt down this photo, essentially. And then I just got this email from him, and I gave you a call to find out what's going on. And if you can give me a little bit of backstory on the photograph and what you know and what happened.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Back then I was dabbling in photography a bit, and even to the point that I had a little darkroom set up in my house. That was like a surprise. But, I was taking pictures. I remember there was a guy named Punchy that had kind of sat in with the band to work with them for that. It was at the Roxy, I think, and I think it was kind of like back in the late 80s, early 90s, probably like somewhere between 88 to maybe 90. And I remember I was snapping pictures, and I got a really good one of this guy named Punchy. And I told him, I'll send it to you if you want it. And he said he was moving back to Seattle. He was going to be going back to stay at his mom's house. And so he gave me his address for his mom's house, and I told him I'd send it to him. So when I got back to my darkroom, I was printing things off, and I printed off the one I had told him about, and I wrote his address on the back of it, and then got distracted. And when I got back to it, I actually printed off some more, and they actually had better exposure on them and were better pics of them. So I thought, oh, you know what, I think I'll send him those ones instead. So that's what I did. I ended up slipping them into an envelope and mailing them to him in Seattle at his mom's house. And this other one, I ended up slipping into my box, and, you know, I still have it. Unbelievable that I've kept it all this time.
Wow, that's incredible. I can't believe you kept that for so long. It's just, you know, what are the chances? I'm trying to figure out who these guys were and what their story is, and all these years later, you had a photograph the whole time, just sitting there. That's amazing. Now, are there more photographs, or is it just the one photograph?
You know, I sent most of them off, so as far as I recollect, that's probably the only one I have left at this point.
So they're all gone. Whatever there is or there was, that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it at this point, yeah.
So you sent it to Seattle, and you believe it was his mom's house.
That's correct. I remember that specifically, that he mentioned that it was for sure his mom.
Now, did you ever, you know, talk to Punchy after that, or was it just like the one-shot deal?
No, it was just that. I saw him, and I was there with Todd and for the gig, and it was just my happy-go-lucky snap, snap, snap with the pictures, and that was it.
Now, I'm just noticing in this photo, I mean, it's a pretty cool photo. It's black and white. He's playing an SG guitar. He's wearing a wife beater. And if I didn't know better, I'd swear that was Chris Cornell. Did you know that it was Punchy? Did you think it was Chris Cornell? Or did you even know who this guy was? Or were you just snapping shots?
You know what? I was just snapping, and I can't even remember the name of the band or anything at that point. You know, back in those days, you don't have a lot of memories some nights.
Right. I mean, it's a great photo. I love it. I think it's great. It's amazing that you found it. And I'm actually doing an episode for my YouTube channel. I hope you're okay with that, Rosie. But I'd like to use the photograph and show it on my YouTube channel as well, so that everybody else that's subscribing to the channel and is watching it can, you know, check it out and see what Punchy looks like.
No, that would be great. No, I have no problem with that. Go right ahead.
Awesome. I really appreciate it, Rosie. Thanks for chatting.
Oh, you're so welcome, Mike. It was nice chatting with you, too.
All right, so there it is. Isn't that incredible? Like, that's Rosie. So that address that was on the photograph is the most substantial evidence and information that I've found so far that connects me directly to a band member from Creddy Pool. And I'm kind of thinking I need to, you know, push the envelope, literally. I think I need to go down to Seattle maybe, or try to see if maybe, you know, I don't know if Punchy's mom is still alive. Maybe Punchy's living there. Like, maybe he's like, you know, went off the grid and he's just like, you know, living as a hermit in this house somewhere in like Queen Anne Hill, you know, in Seattle. But I think I need to make a road trip. You know, I need to go down there, check the house out. You know, maybe the neighbors know. I just kind of like, you know, sleuth around and see if I can't dig up some evidence, you know, or any kind of morsel or nugget of information that just gets me one step closer to solving the mystery of Creddy Pool. I hope you guys enjoy the photo. I hope you check it out. We're just one step closer, you know, to another piece in the puzzle that we can stick in that puzzle. The pieces are starting to fill up, and we're starting to actually see a little bit of an image of what this whole thing looks like. But I want to thank all you guys for viewing this episode and all the other episodes that you've watched. Thanks for supporting the channel. We're going to get some really good information, more interviews, and eventually we're going to solve this case. We're going to crack it, and we're going to figure out what happened to Creddy Pool, the best Seattle grunge band that you've never heard of. Peace, y'all.